Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV and welcome to another video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. You guys know what to do. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing three major issues that Enzo Maresca needs to rectify as soon as possible. Obviously, we were dumped out of the FA Cup on Saturday night. Unacceptable comments from the gaffer afterwards in regards to saying, oh, we can focus on the league now. There's a real loser mentality seeping through the club from top to bottom at the moment. All signs of a winning culture are seemingly being eroded, and that's coming through onto the pitch with 2 wins in our last 8 league matches. I think it's 2 wins from 9 in all competitions, and alarm bells are certainly ringing. There are things that need to be rectified and things that need to be rectified ASAP. And I'm going to go through a few of the biggest ones that I feel Chelsea and Enzo Maresca need to solve if they're going to have any success over the second half of the season. I think the first one that I wanted to mention, guys, is that it's the former Jadon Sancho. Sancho has to be doing better. You know, he come in, he made a good start, 3 assists in his first 3 games. You know, he scored against Tottenham, scored against Southampton. Things were looking good. But along with a lot of Chelsea's players, there's been a collective drop-off in form, and Sancho's form has dropped off massively. And Chelsea really need to find the Jadon Sancho from earlier into the season. Look, Sancho's got a unique skill to beat his man and whatnot. And against Brighton, who was he up against? Veltman, I think it was. And all he had to do, I think Veltman was on a booking, if I remember rightly. And if you're a winger up against a fullback on a booking, consistently go at him, try and get him booked and pick up a second yellow or whatever. Instead, Sancho would slow it down, pass backwards or whatever. And yes, the lack of a target man absolutely is not helpful to this team whatsoever. But Sancho's slowing the play down and whatnot. You would expect him to be more direct, take his man on, take advantage of the situation. If you're going to be a first choice player on Chelsea's left wing, Maresca needs to be talking to him. We need more. We need more from you. There's no doubting that Jadon Sancho's got talent. But right now, this is the time where we need all of his ability to be shown on the football pitch. And Maresca, that is a big problem Maresca needs to sort out. And it's the same with Pedro Neto. Jadon Sancho, we're not getting enough out of these guys. These guys aren't producing enough. These guys aren't giving us enough. And if we can get these wingers to contribute more and give more, then that's definitely going to serve us well and will definitely help us out more in games, despite a lack of a presence in the box. And again, that goes back to a recruitment issue. You sign wingers that put balls into the box and you've got no one with a box presence to get on the end of them. But the former Jadon Sancho and the former Pedro Neto, Maresca's got to get more out of these guys if Chelsea are going to have any chance of being successful over the second half of the season. I think another problem as well is that too many players are just going through the motions. Too many fringe players, when they're getting an opportunity to get minutes, are not taking them, are not delivering. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, an example again. But there's been many of them. He's just one that pops to mind, obviously, from the game at the weekend. And you're just thinking, guys, it's a privilege to be playing for Chelsea. When you get your chance, take it. Why are guys not making more of their opportunities when they're given them? We're coming into the business end of the season right now. A lot of first teamers are severely lacking form. And then you've got guys that are coming in, haven't played much, should be chomping at the bit, desperate to make an impression. And they're just going through the motions, just missing opportunities to send a message to the manager. We need a squad that is performing well. We need a squad where fringe players are putting pressure on starters. And when fringe players are getting opportunities, they're not putting any pressure on the starters when the starters are completely out of form. And that's another thing that Maresca needs to work on. Why has there been a collective drop-off in form, a collective loss of form since the middle of December? Hardly anyone's played well since the middle of December. You could maybe put Palmer and Caicedo in that bracket. Other than that, there's been very few players that have actually contributed since the middle of December. We're now in the middle of February, pretty much. Why is there been a collective drop off? Why is no one stepping up again? Why are players' form not picking up? Why can Maresca seemingly not get anything out of this group when he was getting so much out of this group earlier on in the season? That's a big concern as well. Is the message not getting through? Is there a miscommunication at the training ground? Are players not understanding what's being asked of them? Can they not be bothered? What is it? But that is a big problem as well, to go along with the form of the wingers, to go along, this next issue that I believe as well, in terms of fringe players not putting pressure on starters who are bang out of form. There doesn't seem to be any competition for places in the squad. Players seem to know that even if they play shit, most of them are going to keep their place in the squad in the for the next game in the starting 11. That's not good. But people have got to do more to force their way into the gaffer's thinking. And the gaffer has got to find a way to get more out of this group of players, because right now he's getting absolutely nothing out of them. And we're just putting in limp, abject, pathetic performances. Another one is my third and final point is a big one in terms of lots of possession, very little end product. That needs to change big time. We're having a lot of possession in games. We have a lot of the ball. We pass it around at the back. We do a little few sideways passes in the midfield. We get it in wide areas, try and take someone on, then just recycle possession. We have a lot of possession in games. But unfortunately, unlike earlier in the season, the final ball is just not there. The final ball is just not good enough. The incisiveness that was there earlier in the season in the attacking third is not there. Top scorers are what? Palmer with 14. I think Jackson's got 9. Madueke with 6 or 7, I think. And then after that, the next highest is 3. And I think it's Enzo Fernandez with 3. And then it's Jadon Sancho and Pedro Neto with 2 goals apiece. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. That's not good enough. Goals win games, as we know. And it's no coincidence that when Jackson has stopped scoring, when Palmer is going through a bit of a rough time, that we've struggled to score goals and we're struggling to win games. Now, of course, you can point out that we haven't signed a striker, and you can point out that we've made the squad worse off by letting Felix go, we're giving ourselves less attacking options and whatnot. I get that. You've got Christopher Nkunku. You need to use him for the second half of the season. He shouldn't be used as a number 9. We know that. He had 1 touch in the Brighton box on Saturday. You need to find a way to use him in the number 10 position and get him to get goals in this team. That's on the gaffer. The gaffer has got to find a way to do that. He's got to find a way to find more substance, more penetration in that final third, because at the moment we're just loads of possession and we're doing absolutely nothing with it. We had 1 shot on target against Brighton. 1 shot. That's not good enough. We've got to find a way to be doing more with the amount of possession that we are having. Now, if that means that, you go back to overlapping fullbacks and you have yourself, a threat with the fullback down each side, give the winger an option to pass to on the overlap. Are we creating overloads on the left or right? We're not doing any of these things. Maybe put Cole Palmer out to the right-hand side, playing Nkunku in the 10, have the overlapping fullbacks, as I said. We've got to try something different, because right now, all we're doing is having loads of the ball, playing little passes, showing no signs of having any penetration in the final third, looking like we're going to make anything happen. The goals are drying up. Yes, we're still the 5th highest scorers in the league, but the attack is a massive, massive concern now. We just look so toothless, so one-dimensional. We just get the ball, pass it to the wing, don't take a man on, recycle it. You've got no presence in the box, and Nkunku doing nothing. Jackson horribly short of confidence and massively out of form. The manager's got to find a way of reigniting the spark in this group, because the season's unraveling. The season's unraveling out of both domestic cups, bang up against it to finish in the top 4. And the Conference League is our only chance at silverware. And that's not exactly prestigious, is it? It's not exactly prestigious, guys. Those are the 3 issues that I think, main issues that Maresca's got, that he needs to sort out. He needs to get more out of the squad. We need to be doing more with the possession. And he's got to get more out of these wingers. Because right now, in the Maresca system, the wingers are so important. And no one's really stepping up. No one's really contributing. Players are just going through the motions, thinking it's okay, when it simply isn't. So whilst the manager is not the biggest problem, he is part of the problem, and he has got to find solutions. Because if we just carry on what we're doing, we're just going to fall down the table. We're going to continue to lose football matches, and things could start to turn very bleak. Things could start to turn very toxic, and we don't want to we don't want that to happen. This is solvable. This is rectifiable, but it's up to you now to find those solutions and show you're a good manager. Show that what you were doing earlier in the season wasn't a flash in the pan, and find a way of getting more out of these players. But yeah, guys, that's just my thoughts. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here, share your thoughts in the comments as well. I'll catch you again in another one soon. Up the Chelsea, and peace.